Hey folks. It's been another hell of a day, and I've had several I think insights pop up. And one of the things, this is actually something that came up yesterday or at least I clocked it yesterday, and then today I was kind of articulating it for myself more clearly, and I was in conversation with some people kind of processing it. And what it essentially amounted to was, so I went over, I was at home with Annalise yesterday afternoon. She went down for a nap. She didn't sleep very long. She woke up after like 1 hour. We had dinner plans in the evening. We're going to go over to my parents' house. So blah, 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 blah. She wakes up early. I didn't get as much work done as I thought I was going to get done in the afternoon. And I end up over at my parents' house. And as it happened, I got there and nobody was really around. And so we had oogobs of time to just like hang out. And Annalise was in a new house. She's going up and down the stairs. She's running around the rooms. My parents have all kinds of amazing toys that she loves to play with, and she never gets to play with unless she's there. So she's in full-on play mode and just like wants my attention every second of the time, and she's handing me puppets to play, and wants to play with cards, and wants to play with puzzles, and wants to go up and down the stairs 19 times. And she's just a dynamo, and she's so open and happy and nothing but enthusiasm and joy and love and play. And I was, A, just keeping up with her takes energy, and B, I was still kind of like in my head going, yeah, but I had these things hanging over me that I thought I was going to get done in the nap window. They didn't get done, and so I'm playing with her, and I was basically with her physically the whole time, but my attention kept kind of wandering off. And at some point I kind of noticed it, and I think this is coming out of doing all the work that I've been doing. And one of the things you learn when you examine your own patterning is that your own conditioning. You learn that. And you start to see all kinds of ways in which this is true. The patterns that we have, the ways that are conditioned responses to the world that generally work for a while and then we outgrow them, and a lot of times they hang on for a lot longer than they're useful. Those patterns are all strategies for getting love. They're ways that we used to get love, or they're ways that we used to try to make a redress for a lack of love in our life. This is kind of what happens as you're growing up with parents in a family. It's like you learn your strategies for getting your attention. And so I'm watching, I'm watching this happen. I'm watching her play wholeheartedly, full of just joy and delight, but really wanting my attention. And my attention keeps drifting. And at some point I was like, oh shit, this is how... Like if I kept this pattern going, eventually Annalise might adopt a strategy of having a problem in order to get my attention. And so all of a sudden she would go from having no reason in the world to have a problem from being boundlessly happy and joyous and just wanting to engage, to feeling like she needed to have a problem because otherwise I'm not paying attention to her. Because if there's no problem, my attention is drifting elsewhere. Why? Because I'm also programmed to think about the problems that I have instead of this beautiful little girl who's dancing and playing in front of me and just wants to be in the moment and enjoy. And it all came like crashing through in a flash of like, oh wow, like I see how this happens. Like I can see how just that kind of wavering or letting myself be trapped in my own patterns while I'm in the presence of Annalise has the potential to then recreate those patterns in her also like if I'm obsessed with problems, then what's she going to do if she wants to have my attention? Well, she's going to go be the thing and manifest the thing that's going to take my attention. And it just all kind of slammed home for me in a moment of insight where I was like, wow, don't do that. Like just be here. Like it wasn't that I was so obsessed with source energy and present moment awareness that I couldn't pay attention to Annalise. I was somewhere else. So just registering that and kind of like letting it sink in, letting myself see it, because obviously it's one of those things where like you don't want to see that about yourself as a parent, but also it's really important to notice those dynamics. And there's no, I don't think there's another way to change those types of patterns other than to, when they come up, catch it and be like, whoa, okay. And so then, once I kind of caught it, I just had, we had another whatever half hour, 40 minutes of just like hanging out and playing, and I was able to be totally present and really with her. But I think I was clocking this for myself, just in a really vivid and visceral way. I was like, oh, I see. You talk about this idea, like our patterns come from the ways in which we have experienced a lack of affection or a lack of love or a lack of attention in the past, and so we compensate for it somehow. Well, I was kind of watching firsthand like how that could happen. And, just seeing this beautiful ball of joy and imagining that my lack of attention might convince her that dragging herself down and having a problem and manifesting a problem would be preferable because it would get her my love was just kind of heart shattering and humbling and informative, really kind of like awakening in a way. It put me back into a space of, okay, now that I see that, now I can have that in my awareness as I'm working with her and living with her and being with her. So that's where I'm at today, folks. It was really interesting to watch this come through and kind of, have to take it on the chin in a way, but also at the same time just catch it and think, okay, there's another way here. There's another way. So anyway, I love you all. Thanks so much for watching. You have no idea how much it means when I see, a comment at the end of these videos or a like at the end of these videos or somebody subscribes to my YouTube channel. It's so cool to have you all watching these and receiving this from me. So love you very much. Have a great day. I'll see you soon.